do hereby swear by Almighty God that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to the President as the Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces and to the Republic of Kenya, that I will faithfully serve the President and the Republic as an officer of the National Youth Service, that I will obey all laws and lawful orders, regulations, directions and instructions concerning the National Youth Service. And I will discharge all the duties of an officer of the National Youth Service according to the law, without fear, favor, affection or ill will. So help me God.
Hivi sasa ni wakati wake Parade Commander kuja mbele ya Mheshimiwa Rais kumwomba idhini.
Your Excellency, recruits and instructors on parade, formed up, present and ready for inspection. Sir.
Basi kwa heshima kubwa Mheshimiwa Rais amekubali amekagua gwaride akiwa anasindikizwa na Parade Commander.
permission, carry on the parade. So,
akamwomba idhini kwa heshima kuu ili apate kuendelea na gwaride. Inayofuata Platon wanaokuja ya 8. Maridadi kabisa, asanteni sana.
Today, the entire National Youth Service family feels greatly honored to welcome you to this institution as we celebrate this very significant occasion in the lives of these graduates. Your continued support has seen us this far, and we promise to do our best in nurturing the youth of this country, and we thank you, sir. Your Excellency, sir, as Colin Powell once said, a dream does not become a reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. After a demanding 6 months paramilitary course, these young men and women can now attest to the veracity of this quote. The paramilitary training that these graduates have undergone marks the end of the first phase of their life in the National Youth Service. They are now prepared to transit to the next phase of national service, where they will give back to the community by participating in projects of national importance before joining vocational training. Your Excellency, sir, I can authoritatively report that this phase has transformed the mindset of these young men and women. Their perception of life has changed. The values of hard work, resilience, determination, teamwork, honesty, discipline, and patriotism are now ingrained in their thought system. Stories are told of great people who have done wonders with just some of these values and virtues. May the young men and women assembled here today, Your Excellency, build on these attributes going forward.
We are greatly honored to welcome you to the passing out parade, which is a significant occasion on the calendar of National Youth Service. Your presence here, Your Excellency, today demonstrates your commitment and love you have for the youth of this country. Your Excellency, as per your direction, National Youth Service was restructured to ensure that the resources are utilized for the intended purposes, and the new National Youth Service operates and practices the highest standards of professional ethics. We now have, Your Excellency, another National Youth Service Council that provides oversight to the management and ensures that the mandate and the functions of National Youth Service are aligned within the government development priorities and the Big Four. Your Excellency, I'm pleased to inform you that your focus and investment in the youth development has delivered positive impact that has been acknowledged regionally and globally. In the 2016 Commonwealth Youth Development Index that measures education attainment, health, employment opportunities, civic and political participation, confirmed that Kenya has improved living conditions of the youth in Africa. As a country, Your Excellency, we are aware much more needs to be done to provide opportunities for the youth to reach their full potential. The ministry continues to facilitate ministries, departments, and the agencies, as well as private sector, to equip the youth with a holistic set of skills and values needed to take up jobs, drive innovation, and provide solutions to the challenges that they may face in the spirit of long life learning.
Today I'm delighted to join you as we preside over this passing out parade of 11,730 recruits who have successfully undergone a 6-month paramilitary course. I take this very early opportunity to congratulate all the graduates for successfully completing the first phase of your training. Since its establishment, the National Youth Service has nurtured over 220,000 servicemen and women in skills and knowledge, and more importantly, in attitudes that have enabled them to improve their lives, while at the same time contributing meaningfully to our society. We are immensely proud of the fact that the National Youth Service transcends beyond just promoting the acquisition of the skills and competencies demanded by modern-day industry, but instead, it also espouses the ethos of diligence and commitment that we require to build a stable nation. Through its community service and nation-building activities, the NYS has been a remarkably positive force for good, bettering individual lives, entire communities, and our country as a whole. So those of you graduating today, you join in this proud tradition and stellar legacy, and I urge you all to live to that philosophy every day and in everything that you do. I am also happy today to note that the National Youth Service has heeded the policy of Buy Kenya, Build Kenya by purchasing all the fabric and shoes used by the service from local manufacturers. I am happy too, as we note, that the National Youth Service is also responsible for the stitching of uniforms for all our discipline services. The National Youth Service Textile Garments Training Institute has, as of today, stitched over 350,000 pieces of uniform, saving the taxpayer money and generating nearly ½ billion shillings in revenue since January of this year. Hongera sana. In the just released Building Bridges Initiative report, it is noted that the youth in Kenya feel excluded from national life and decision-making processes. So together we must therefore act with urgency to cater to their concerns, which are both genuine and which can indeed be addressed by our nation. We will continue as an administration to focus on youth, women, and persons living with disabilities as we forge national solutions to the critical and unique problems that face us in this generation and in this century. Indeed, the feedback we got from the youth through the BBI process underscores that they understand that they have a stake in this country and her future, as well as a solemn duty to do all that is within their power to secure Kenya's interests, prospects, and nationhood far into our future. My administration pledged to empower our young people to realize greater participation in our national economy, as well as in the social and political spheres. And it is with this in mind that we conceptualize the 5-point vision that guides the wider restructuring of the National Youth Service to enable it to take center stage in spearheading the youth empowerment agenda of my government. Accordingly, significant resources have been channeled to the service over the past 7 years, and it is evident that the National Youth Service is playing an integral part in youth and national development, including supporting the realization of our Big Four agenda. Indeed, I am proud to say that the National Youth Service, in partnership with other government agencies, has established the second largest potato seed production unit in Africa at the Tumaini Field Unit in Nyandarua County. This potato seed production project uses aeroponic technology and will enable farmers to access certified seeds easily and at a reasonable price. There is no doubt this project will contribute in a very significant way to enhanced food security as well as nutrition. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Youth Service has endured and emerged triumphant from a series of challenges to its mandate, its record and activities. I do believe that the revamped National Youth Service is a stronger, more effective, and better organized service due to the progressive reforms and indeed the new transformative leadership. I am encouraged by the focus of the new Governing Council on strengthening policy, coherence, financial controls, oversight and supervision of the service, and this has resulted in higher productivity, better efficiency, and enhanced revenues, which in turn have allowed young recruits to both experience as well as give improved service delivery. I would also urge the new leadership to look towards more and better outcomes under NYS's expanded mandate, especially in areas that avail greater livelihood opportunities for the National Youth Service graduates. I further urge the Council to continue strengthening the institutional capacity of the service so that the institution may be better able to discharge its mandate, while at the same time meeting the dynamic demands placed on its shoulders by a never-changing local, regional, and global marketplace. I wish to restate the continued commitment of my administration to the youth development agenda, which focuses on, among other things, 3 core areas. First is education and skill development, for which I have taken steps to ensure that all youth complete primary and secondary education with meaningful learning outcomes. As part of this program, youth are also supported to acquire and develop relevant skills, including digital skills for learning, employability, and active citizenship. Furthermore, investments in technical and vocational training and education financing have also been enhanced. Indeed, the government has been providing 30,000 shillings annually per student enrolled in TVET institutions. Today, I do announce that going forward, and in appreciation of the role our young men and women in the National Youth Service are playing in building our nation, my administration has decided that the National Youth Service recruits enrolled in TVET will also automatically be eligible for capitation. On universal health coverage, 2,000 National Youth Service men and women have now been trained in community health service. And I commend the Ministry of Health, AMREF, and all other partners who have helped us realize this milestone. The youth trained under this partnership program will be deployed to provide quality community health services as part of their national service program. To secure the gains made under this transformative program on healthcare, today I do direct the Ministries of Health and the State Department of Youth to ensure that once these young men and women have served their 1 year, these NYS community health cadets should undertake further training at the Kenya Medical Training College based on their academic qualifications and areas of interest. I am confident that by growing a cadre of competent community health workers from this service, we will alleviate the human resource gap identified in the achievement of the universal health coverage, while also expanding job opportunities for our young men and women.
Kwamba tunafika kuna mahali ukimaliza hii ya public service